Many roads are still snow-covered. Schools, they're closed all over the place.
Will the weather affect this final week of Schrock Innovations' 16th anniversary sale?
Let's ask the guy in charge. Thor Schrock is here to compute this. Thor, what's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. We actually sold some computers yesterday during that big snowstorm.
Did you really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, because others, they were broken, or people were just bored and they wanted to.
Well, it's probably the prices, you know, to be honest with you.
But do you see, are there any residual effects on technology? I mean, I know there were some power outages across the metro.
Yeah,
that was kind of my question.
You know, one of the things, we lost, I run a small Bitcoining mining operation in one of the service centers, and I lost a power supply on one of my Bitcoin miners to the power interruption. There's so much amperage going through on especially high-end computers. There's so much amperage going through that those power fluctuations can really damage the power supplies. Usually we don't start to see those coming because the computers will continue to run until
spring.
you turn them off. And then when you go to turn them back on, it won't work and you'll power cycle it.
Really?
We have an article on our website on how to power cycle a computer properly. You power cycle it and it works for a little while. So we'll see over the next month, we'll start to see these computers trickling in.
You said the prices. We were kind of joking about that. Why are people coming in? Well, the prices have something to do with it. So what kinds of products are included in this 16th anniversary sale?
Sure. This is the final week, actually. It ends this Sunday, Sunday at 5 o'clock. But basically, laptops have been really popular. One, because we have them in stock. You don't have to, it's not a special order like our normal computers are. You can come in, and it's not like we have one model. We have 3 different models to choose from. Because you can go into a box store and look at 50 laptops. But realistically, when you're going to take one brand and say the Sonys are too expensive, and you're going to look at the Toshibas and say they're too hard to fix if you know what you're looking at. And then it's going to leave you with HP and Dell primarily, and Asus. And we like Asus. And Asus is an amazing brand. They have great warranties, great customer service. They're very easy to work with. So we carry Asus laptops. So we've got the range of Asus laptops available in stock. You can come in and pick them up. And then when you turn around and tell customers, you could go to the box store and buy it, or you can come to Schrock and get them for $100 less. That's why people are driving through blizzards to get to Schrock Innovations on Sunday.
So what are you seeing? What's more popular, the tablets, the desktops, or the laptops? What are you seeing? What's going?
Well, the laptops have certainly, over time, more and more people want laptops. The difference, though, is in what you're doing. So a customer will sometimes come into the service center and say, hey, I want to get one of these Schrock modular tablets that you have on special. Okay, great. We have them in stock again. Perfect. And then they say, well, what are you going to use it for? And they're like, well, I want to edit photos. And you're like, well, you can technically do some limited editing on a tablet, but realistically what you're probably going to want to look for is something more like a laptop. What kind of photo editing are you doing? Oh, I'm taking photos and doing stop animation to make Lego movie guys move. And you're like, oh, okay, now you're not taking photos, you're making movies. Okay, now we're going to need a little more oomph than you're going to find in a laptop. So we want to move you into a desktop
But I think that's something else that's important about what you do at Schrock Innovations. It's the conversation, it's the process. That way you take home exactly what you need instead of just leaving confused, like, is this even going to work for me now? Or
and we don't commission our salespeople, and we've looked at it in the past because whenever we've tested out, we have little contests. So this is what we've decided to do instead is contests. So we never want to offer a customer something they don't need. And I don't want to commission computers and things like that because then the people on your sales floor, they're human. They're going to try to get you what you need, but they're also thinking, hey, I got to make my house payment this month, so maybe you need this new Venture X8 to check your email. Maybe you need this super $1,000 computer just to check email and do Facebook. You don't. And so, we try to make sure that our people are properly motivated. We actually do bonuses and rewards based on customer satisfaction. So if a customer gets home and is not happy with the product they bought, you don't win the prize money. So if you want to win the prizes for during the contest, you have to keep people happy.
You don't want your employees overselling.
No, we don't. Or underselling for that matter, because something is easier. Well, just take this one home. It's right here.
Yeah, I hate being pressured as a consumer. I just that feeling.
And that's the thing. We don't usually have to pressure people. Usually when people come into Schrock, they're ready to buy a computer.
Yeah, because they need it.
Yeah, well, they either need it or they've done the shopping and they've gone and looked at the 3x5 card at the box store, and then they called over the $8 an hour employee to talk to them and say, well, what's the difference between this laptop and this one? Well, this one's brown. This one over here is more of a silvery color.
You're saying it's a different kind of experience at Schrock Innovations.
So customers, how do they take advantage of the anniversary sale?
Yeah, so right now we have $100 off laptops that are in stock. We have $100 off all of our desktop models, $50 in a free screen protector, $50 off plus the $40 screen protector on the tablets. Endpoint half off, secure updater half off, careful, and endpoint $50 off. And all you have to do, a lot of these things are digital delivery, so you can actually call the service center and just order it.
You don't have to leave.
You don't have to come in, and we can like install the security software and stuff right over the internet, provided, of course, you can get on the internet. And then, of course, the computers as well. The desktops are custom built. They take 14 business days, but the laptops are right there, and you can take them home today.
Can we get in a quick word about power surges and these supplies? In the past, we've talked to you during severe weather season, for example, about the supplies you recommend and the mistakes that a lot of us at home are making. We're not protecting our devices the way we think we are.
Yeah, your
so
surge
what product do you
protectors.
recommend?
So your surge protector is a device that is designed to absorb surges to prevent them from getting to your computer. Absorb is the key word. Your surge protector is damaged when you take a surge. So when you take that surge and it's damaged, you can only take so much damage before it becomes a glorified extension cord. So none of the surge protectors out there in the $25 or less price range have a reliable method of telling you when they're damaged. So we have these audible alert surge protectors that when they can't protect anymore, they chirp like a cricket. And it's really annoying. You're going to replace it really quickly, but at least you can finish the project you're working on and you know you need to replace it. So you can use this thing for years and years and years until it's worn out, instead of just having to replace it every year because you're afraid.
Yeah, and there's a light on some of those too, right?
Yeah, and the lights aren't reliable at all. Sometimes it's just a power light, an LED. Yeah. Sometimes it'll flicker or it'll get dim on one side of the switch, and if your surge protector has a metal housing on it or it's part of a desk, like you see these big oak desks with a surge protector in them, those are dead.
Schrock Innovations, 2 metro locations, then a location down in Lincoln as well, the Lincoln Service Center.
And then online at SchrockInnovations.com. Thor mentioned the article. The website's a great place to keep in touch on some of that stuff. So is Facebook, if you're interested in this whole field. Thank you, Thor.
Thanks, guys.
Always a pleasure to see you.
So any other day of the year, commercials aren't much of a conversation starter. It's different. It's a different story with the Super Bowl.
Your favorites from yesterday and ours after the break.
What was
so
your
was
favorite?
yours.